Hey guys, welcome to the video number 306 and my name is Ajay. In this video I'm going to tell you that if there is any change happens in your sheet in a specific range, then how you can actually get the notification through the Outlook email. So we're going to talk about a code, VBA code, and we will actually see that if some changes happens in your sheet, then how as a manager, or maybe you can make this project for your team also, that how your manager is going to be informed, or maybe the entire team. Right now, this actually basically the video, I got the idea of doing this from the video number 304. Go ahead and watch that video. In that video I actually tried to answer one of my subscribers question, and he actually has asked me that I want to restrict with only 2 paid leaves for a particular day. So basically guys, if you write here PL, for example, this is his data, actually Surinder, he has written this. So if I apply 2 PLs here, and the third person, if they he also or she also applies, you get to see quota for the PLs is already done for the day. Reach out to your manager. Right now, this is I have talked about in the video number that 302, I believe, 302 303 304 I believe. So you can go ahead and watch that. But there was a point actually which I was thinking, that what if when you're going to put this Excel on your share drive and somebody opens it and they apply, for example, so in the Ravi has applied for the leave, and they closed the workbook. Now let's say Neha comes, and what she does is that when she applies a PL and the prompt comes, and immediately then if I delete this PL from here and I apply my PL, it is going to be approved. So basically we want to keep a track also, so that tomorrow the people should not come and they say that they applied it first. So what you can do is, if any changes happens in this, for example, a blank cell is changed to PL, okay, or if PL is going to be deleted, for example, right, we want to capture this changes in this particular range, but only in this particular range. Outside this, whatever happens, I don't care. Right, we will be targeting only on this range. So guys, here we're going to talk about the intersect and the target. I have already explained that in my previous video. You can watch that video under the the Excel playlist, which is called the Excel VBA event. Right, when you are going to watch this video, you would be seeing here that video number, it's the video number 305, which would talk about that what is the intersect and the target. So you please go ahead and watch that first. Right, and as far as the Outlook code is concerned, that guys, we have already, I think, 1450 beautiful videos on the Outlook. Right, so you need to scroll it down here and you need to find it out, where is that the playlist which says that connecting Outlook with the Excel. Yeah, that's it. I click here and I'll show you. This is I'm telling you, if you're watching the channel for the first time, now you can see here we have got 16 videos on Outlook, guys. Right, how to connect it with the Excel using the Excel VBA. All videos are different. So this is again going to be another feather in the cap, because this I'm going to upload in the same category, Excel connecting Outlook with the VBA. Okay, so now how you're going to do that? So first of all, what I will do, let me just delete this everything, and this question also let me just delete it, because I'm not going to talk about this question. I have already explained it. You go to the developer tab and you go to the Visual Basic. Now because we want the change in the sheet 1, you double click on the sheet 1, guys. Right, so here I'm going to talk about that if anything happens, if any change happens in this sheet, then there has to be a macro which should send out the email to your manager. Okay, so you can't write in the module 1, because here we want that immediately anything changes, the macro should auto trigger, and that is why we use the events. Right, if you don't have any information, don't have any clue about the events, please go here and check out that playlist, Excel VBA events. This channel is dedicated to for all those people who want to learn Excel VBA, Access and Access VBA. So this is what you should watch first. What are the events, what do you mean by it, and why do you use it? Okay, but in this video I'm simply going to write the code. So I will start with this the same code, the worksheet which I just talked about in the previous video also, but here I'm gonna write it fast. So this is the event I'm going to choose, which is called the change. Okay, change means that anything if changed, then you should be running this macro. Okay, they are not going to wait for your click. So what we will say here is, we will say that if intersect start your target cell and in the range which is called D3, you must watch the previous video guys, please, right, because that is going to help you a lot. So this is called the M8. So I'm going to simply say this line means that if my target cell, the target cell which means that the target, the value where I'm going to change, if that applies, that is a part of this range, then what should happen? Okay, so first of all I'm going to write if it is nothing, then what should happen? Then basically do nothing. Okay, so but if the target actually is matched, then we would like to call a macro called send mail. All right, and enter. Okay, and here in this module I'm going to write that send mail macro. Okay, now when you want to send the email, obviously you need to go to the tool and the reference. You need to on the library. If you're a regular subscriber, if you watch my videos regularly, then you know what I'm talking, because we have talked about the Outlook a lot. 14-15 videos we have already got in there, right? But anyways, you can go there and you can check out all those videos one by one also. So this is the reference you need to make, 16.0 for my Office 2016. If you have a different version, you will see a different number, but that's fine. You just need to click here and press OK, right? To check whether it is added or not, please click back and ensure that it should be here after this Microsoft Office. So we have the Outlook library. Now we actually, activated this library because we're gonna deal with the emails. Okay, I'm gonna send the emails. Now before you send out the email, let's quickly come back here. Now what exactly we want to do here? Now you see that if I apply here PL, what happens? Look at this, block without endif. I always forget to write this endif. Let me write here quickly endif. Now guys, what happens when you run this? Oh, there is one more enter. Let me delete that. Okay, now you see what is your target. Your target was PL, right? Now that PL is your part of that's a D3 cell, right? And D3 of course is a part of this D3 M8 range. So that means it should go to the call send email. It should go to the else and call send email, right? So here we're going to trigger the email, right? But if I write something here, maybe PL here, and now you see that this is not a part of this range, which is D3 to M8. So that means it's nothing, and which is true actually, right? You can see here nothing equals to nothing. So endif macro will simply finish. Okay, so we are only targeting this specific range. So this is working. Now what else is left? Now the couple of things we need to capture. For example, if somebody has applied the leave, then what is the name of that person? Okay, that you need to capture. At the same time, you should be able to capture the date also, right? Now the thing is, how you gonna capture the username? Well, you can use the environment function. Okay, it's a very useful function in this. So what we can do in the module here, I'm going to simply write dim user, or I just write that dim my user. Okay, my user is going to be equals to, then you're going to write here in environment expression. In the expression you write the username. I guess this is how you write. Let me just run it. By the way, I'll show you. Look at this, guys. That's my name. You know my name, right? So my name is Ajay Pamar, and this is what exactly this environment function will do. So if you have 4 people and 4 people, they are applying for the leave, they have opened this Excel from the shared drive. Obviously you have to put it in the shared drive so that everybody can access it, right? But provided you should making sure that if somebody is opening it within 1 minute or maybe 30 seconds, they should close it. Well, you have your if you want to forcefully close the Excel also, you can do that. If a person A opens it and applies the PL and he is not going to close the file, macro will automatically close that. Macro will wait for 30 seconds or maybe for 1 minute. That's it. So you can do that. That's entirely different stuff, right? But what I'm saying is that this user will be captured. If person A actually opens it and going to apply on the leave, then what will happen? This will capture its username. From the laptop, from the machine, it is actually using that Excel. it has the user has opened the Excel. So that's a very good function, we will use it, right? So we got the name of the person, and now let's come back to the sheet 1. Now what else we need? Well, we also need the date, right? Now to get the date, guys, I need to declare here a variable, which is, let's say, dim my date, or I would write here PL date. Okay, and you're gonna declare it as a date, for example. Okay, now how you're gonna capture it? Now the first thing is, if I get the address of this cell, you know that the column will remain same. If I have applied, let's say, the PL here, which is D3, then obviously on the row number 2, if I go there on the row number 2 on the same column, which is D, I can see the date. If I apply PL here, then I can go on the same column, which is F, but the row number would be 2, and I can find it out, you know, what is the value there. So that's what exactly I'm going to do here, right? First of all, you will find the address of the cell. So that's very simple. What you will do, you will write here Z equals to target dot address. Okay, target dot address means the cell which has changed, and obviously you have to declare your dim also. So I'm going to declare here dim Z as string. Okay, now if I run this, let us first of all run this. I press PL, and there we go. Now what is the Z? We have to see. So Z is D3, right? Now $D $3. So what I want is $D should be concatenated always. It should always be concatenated with the row number 2, because on the row number 2, guys, we have that date. Okay, so how are you gonna do that? Well, we can do one thing. We can find the position of the second dollar, and then we can remove the 3 from it, right? So basically I am interested in getting the $D and $. So if I have this dollar, let me show you what exactly I want to do. For example, you let's go to the different sheet, because then the macro will trigger, and I don't want that. So this is how exactly your cell will be defined: $D, $, and 3, let's say, something like that. So we will find the position of the dollar like this. This is a find function. If you don't have any idea about the find function, please go ahead and check out the Excel playlist called Excel text functions. I've talked about this, and in fact in many of my Excel test also, assignments also, interview questions also, if you know my channel, you see that we have uploaded a lot of videos on the find. So the first thing is that I'm going to find the position of the first find, and then using the first find, I'm going to find the second position, the position of the second dollar. So this is how you write find again the dollar in this text, but this time the start number should be this plus 1. So wherever the first dollar comes, just skip that. In order to skip it, in order to move forward, in order to go to the very next character, I'm going to add it, the 1 to the position of the first dollar. Now you get the position of 3. Now 3 means that that's the position of your dollar. So using the left function, I will simply say that go in this text and give me how many characters? These 3 characters, because till 3 I have my the second dollar, and this is what exactly we are going to do right away in the video, right? You can pause the video if you just want to have a look. This is what I have done, but if you're familiar with the find in the left right functions, guys, this is very simple thing I'm doing. Moreover, you should be watching the Excel text function series first. Okay, so let's come back to this. So I'm going to do one thing. If the Z is my target cell, then I'm going to create here find 1, let's say another variable, find 1 equals to, then we are going to find what we are going to find. So I think you use the class called a worksheet function, I believe, worksheet functions, and then find. Yes, what do you want to find? So you want to find the $sign, right? Where exactly you want to find? You want to find in the Z, which is the address. You want to start it with the 1, right? You will get the position, so don't forget to write here find 1. Maybe in the next line I can write dim find 1 as integer, and then one more find 2 as integer. Okay, so I write here the same line, I copy it, I paste it here, and the second find is find 2, and this is what we will be doing, that here instead of the 1 I will write find 1 plus 1, right? And then finally a new value should come, which I will write new val equals to my left function, and the string would be z, right? And we will be using it find 2, and I think this should work. So I'll declare new val as here as a string. Okay, all right, I hope we have done a good job, but we would like to test it. Let me see that if we can do that, if we are successfully through with the code. All right, so I'm going to write here again, let me write here PL. All right, there we go, the change happens, and now let's have a look. Okay, so in the Z I have a $3, which is perfect. You can see here $3, and I should be able to see this find 1 as 1, which is coming 1, you can see, and this find 2 finally will add this 1 plus 1 here, and I'm gonna have the position of the second dollar, which should be 3. Wow, so we got the 3, and then in this we will have the 3 characters. Oh, bingo, we got it, guys. Now this, when you have this $D, you know, this value basically $D, you know that you got to always concatenate it with the row number 2, because you have the dates there. Basically that's what I was talking about. So if I just rerun this is what it should look like. Yes, perfect, guys. Right now we want to capture the date, so now it comes PL date. I have already declared there, so the value in the new val, so I'm gonna write range new val dot value. So what we have in the new val, let's have a look again. So we got the new val as $D2. Let's see if we can run this, and let me have a look. Oh yes, great, awesome. You see that you got the date, and once you have this date, this is what exactly I want to trigger in the email, that the user, this person Ajay, has applied for this date. Right now the point is, guys, that you know, if I show you in the local window, these are all the, you know, the variables which are coming. The moment it goes to the next module, you know what happens, all the variables, they are going to lose their identity. Right, I hope you know the reason, because if you are following the channel, then I have uploaded Excel VBA introduction series also, and I've talked about the local windows, the difference between the local window, immediate window, and you know, the watch window. And of course I've talked about the life of a variable also. Basically you are using the local variables. Local variables means that you have declared everything within this macro. If you have declared everything within this macro, they are only going to be active as long as they are going to hold their identity as long as you are in this macro. The moment you jump on to the different macro, they will lose their identity. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna make them public. So cut from here, cut all these variables from here and put it on the top like this, before your first macro, the first macro of your screen, just after your this, you know, yeah, so that's fine, not after the option explicit. Actually option explicit comes in the modules, but in the sheets they don't come, right? But the point is, this is what you have written. So now we're gonna run this, and let me have a look if we are correct or not. All right, so I'm going to write here PL one more time. This time let me write the PL here. Okay, there we go. Oh, nothing happens here, that's very strange. Yes, actually I forgot to put the break code here, so let me add the PL again once more time. PL. All right, there we go. Let's go ahead, and the address should be now D4. Perfect. So this is going to give me the date 12, which is good, and we have here everything correct, right? So calls and emails. Now let me on the local window as well, we can see that the local window is working or not, right? So just a second, my sheet, actually I think it's hanged. Oh yes, so let me on the local windows, and there we go. Now we have here, this is called your something else. I want to see the all my variables, and let's go ahead and click here. Okay, let me just close this. They are all the public variables actually, so we'll find them in the local window and they should be coming here. Yeah, that's the variables, find one, find two, everything is there. So yeah, that's the one which is called the new while, right? So similarly, I wanted to find actually where is the PL date, but anyways, let's do one thing. Why don't we put the watch code on that, right? I'm only interested in the PL date. So I want to see if I carry forward it, you know, how it is going to react, because right now you see that your code is going to jump onto the module 1 where you have written the send email. So the moment I write here, I think that it's there, guys. You know, it is not 0 now. It didn't actually lose its identity because I made it public variable. Perfect. Now what else is required? So now let's go ahead and quickly run the code. So you know that how you're gonna write the code now. So I simply come here and I write here demo as outlook.application. I've talked about all these Outlook codes, you know, I've explained it in my all those previous videos which I was telling you guys. You need to click on that Excel VBA Outlook, you know, how to connect Outlook with the Excel. I think it must be somewhere here. There are a lot of playlists actually, so that's why, you know, I mean, you find it out. I think that's the one. Yeah, that's the one. Please go ahead and watch all these videos on the Outlook. You would be finding this code very easy. So that's what exactly I'm going to do. So let's quickly go ahead and write this to demo as Outlook application, set O equals to new outlook.application, and then we're gonna write, because we want to send the email, I'm going to write this as mail item. This is the class which I'm going to use, and my OMail object, which is a mail item object, it should be equals to Outlook create item and OL mail item. This is how you define, right? Now I'm going to write with OMail and with, so we will be writing here all the stuff. So you want to send it to whom? Well, you want to send it to I want to send it to, you know, a.outlook.com, and then so I'm actually trying to include everybody, so that everybody should see, you know, team members should see that basically this is what we are doing, right? So let's say we have 2 team members, and this is how we're gonna write. And just a second, I believe, yeah, that's how it is. And then you're gonna write in the CC manager. So I'll write here manager 123@outlook.com. that's fine. In the subject line, what you want to write, I want to write that leave approved. That's it. And of course in the body also you can write a lot of stuff, that's fine, but leave approved, I'm going to actually use the and with the which date, the date, the same variable, which is PL date. Okay, PL date, leave approved this date, and then further we're going to write here leave approved this date, and the username also you can write. So the username is my user, and I can join it with hyphen like this, and dot display. If you want to send it, you can use the dot send as well. Okay, I think we are good to go, guys. So let me go ahead and remove the break code from here, and let's have a look. So I'm going to write here PL variable not defined. Which variable I haven't defined? PL underscore is not defined. I believe yes, so that was a doubt actually. PL date has to be a global variable, guys. So we're gonna declare the it should not be actually a public variable, because you know public variables are only meant for the modules. They can't be accessed across the modules. So you will have to change this. You will have to remove it from here. So that's fine. Okay, there is a video on the introduction series, VBA introduction series, life of a variable. Go ahead and check that video, and you will understand. So we're going to write here as date. Now when you declare date, it means that it is going to be applicable to all the modules across. I mean, this is PL date is declared for all the the modules, every module sheets, and for this project, which is called the question_2, which is my name of the file actually. So now I write here PL. I have written that. Now let me see. Oh, there we go, guys. There we go. Wonderful. You see that email we have successfully drafted an email, and if this would go, your manager, everybody in the team would come to know that the leave is approved. Now nobody can delete it. All right, so if tomorrow somebody else comes and they write their PL here, but they see that basically they are not able to, you can see here the prompt comes, so you cancel it, right? But then they try to delete this part. That cannot happen. Okay, so I see one more problem, that if the mail is going to trigger here, if you have this, even if you, if I'm applying here PL and I press enter, basically if I let's say cancel, then again the email is going to be drafted, which is very bad. So we have to sort this issue, because if I'm applying for the third time, fourth time, it should not happen, right? So what we can do here is, so you got to avoid this. So in the sheet 1, you can do one thing. Let me put the break code here first of all, and let me remove this watch. So let's see what exactly we are going to get here. The value in the target. Okay, so I'll try to first of all here I will like to see that what value it is going to hold. Message box target dot value. I want to see. Now if you apply here PL and you press enter and you click on the cancel, obviously this should be a blank cell, right? Now I want to see what message box will it give. Yes, it gives a message box as empty. So then if the message box is empty, it should not go further. So I think we can write here that if the target value is equals to blank, then just don't run the macro, exit the macro, exit sub. Okay, so let's go ahead and now check that. So I'm going to apply here. I realized, all right, so it's already filled. I cancel it and let's have a look. Oh, there we go, guys. Beautiful. You're finished with the macro. Awesome. This is pretty cool line, right? Well, that's great that I identified it, because otherwise I know when you're gonna copy this code and you're gonna work on that, you might have faced that, right? But anyways, you could also sort this out, because if you're following the channel, I have uploaded the videos on all the topics. So this is the first code and this is the second code. This is quite actually common. I have written this many times, but this is really very interesting. Okay, so just one more time and we will be through. So I'm going to write here this PL now, because my name is Ajay, so obviously you will see my name there instead of the Surinder, but in your case it will be different, but the date should come correct. So let me just write here. Now let me wait for the email. The email should be drafted. Oh yes, guys, look at this, 12/2/2016. Wonderful. Okay, so now let me write one more PL and it should also be used. All right, so this is also working. Now one more thing and I'm then through. Now nothing should happen. Okay, quota for PL is already done. I'm again repeating, if you want to see how I am able to do that, please go ahead and watch the previous video where I talked about that how to make the leave calendar. The moment I press cancel, nothing should happen, and yes, there we go. Perfect, guys. This is really pretty awesome, right? And you can also hide this code just in case if you want to ensure that nobody should mess up with this code. Just go to the tools and VBA project property. Many of you have asked me that how to protect the VBA, so just go to the protection, click here and put the password here, this, and let's say I'm going to put up any password, click OK, and then what will happen when you save the file, close the file and reopen it, every time when you click on the module or the sheet, a pop-up would come for the password. If you don't know the password, you will not be able to do it, right? So that's how it is. You can set up all these things. So I hope you enjoyed this long video, and so again, you must go ahead and watch the video number 304, 305, because then you will thoroughly enjoy this code, video number 306, right? So guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I will be back soon with some another exciting stuff. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.